welcome to our Employee Central Payroll release review. So this is our YouTube session for ECP, and I have my colleague Eric with me today. We're going to discuss about this release features. So my name is Ray. So I work for Rizing, and I have more than 20 years experience in SAP, HCM, ECP, SuccessFactors, Employee Central. So hopefully this session will be helping you to understand what is coming, and we'll give you some idea. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Ray. Thank you. So I'm Eric Miner. I'm a principal consultant here with Rizing. I come to you with over 20 years of experience also in the SAP and SuccessFactors space, and I'm happy to talk to you about the new releases, the H2 2021 releases. I think we'll get started with a new rule function that gets the payroll control record. So this enhancement, like several, it's an opt-in configuration type. The new rule function prevents employees, administrators, and business users from entering retroactive changes that affect payroll calculation. Now, I see this particularly as an excellent method for controlling the date selected, for instance, for new payment information entries that employees make. How about you, Ray? Do you have any comments on this particular new item?
Yes, so this is an awesome feature, actually. If anybody is familiar with business rules in EC, so with this rule function, so we can write, as you said, Eric, we can write some rules to prevent some user errors. That's an awesome feature. It was available before. Right now, they're extending a little bit. They're enhancing so that we can read more fields from control records. So that it goes and directly pulls the data from control record, which is fine. So before we go to next one, so I would like to remind everyone, most changes you're seeing here requires HRSP 99, okay, service spec for HR 99, so which is going to be released soon. It's November 11, okay, so that's the requirement. All right, so what about the next one? So this one is legal changes for the countries. So basically, SAP had this website, okay, long time, right, Eric? So we were using this website to track all those upcoming changes for the countries, okay? So if anybody is not aware about this website, please go and search legal announcements for SAP, like country specific, etc. So you will find the link, and you will see what is coming. So what is coming actually? We can talk about this a little bit. For US, for example, Eric, can you speak a little bit about it?
Certainly, Ray. Thanks. So, application for the US, the layout of Form 941 was updated, and that happened for the second quarter of 2021. And this was for changes due to COVID, for instance, like the related employment tax credits and other tax relief. So there are 12 new lines and 9 modified lines. And I think most importantly, there is a KBA out on this, so you can read more about it if you would like to from the launch pad. And that KBA number is 3070882. So I think that's important to know for everybody that is using Tax Reporter to produce your tax forms. This is something that will be important, especially if you are offering COVID-related, tax credits and other types of relief.
Excellent. For Canada also, there are some changes, but not like as before. We haven't seen any T4 changes yet, but there is a main KBA for Canada as well. So again, I would like to remind our clients. So HRSP 98 is required for the year-end activities. Okay, so that's very important for US and Canada.
Excellent. Thanks, Ray. Now we got
Thank
both sides of the border here.
Yes.
Yeah. So the next item, it's about opening payroll information links in a new tab. So this enhancement, I think I'm excited about this one. It's a new option when you're configuring links, you know, in the payroll unified configuration. And so for any link that you're creating, and it's a type of a URL, so you want to go perhaps someplace outside of your payroll system and direct employees or payroll administrators to other sites for other activities, you'll now have the opportunity to have the option to open them in a new browser tab. And I think this resolves some technical payroll constraints. It allows you to keep your EC tab open, you know, where the link is directing you to a URL, for instance, outside of SuccessFactors. So I think that'll be really helpful.
Yes. So the one thing that I've seen, not most of clients, you know, they're using URL functionality on their payroll information. So, but definitely it's a nice feature. But I encourage, you know, anybody, you know, watching this YouTube video. So just go and check, you know, if you have payroll information tab. So just go check, and if there's any link already, you know, configured, maybe you can use this one. So, and if you're not, maybe it's a good idea right now to look how you can leverage this functionality.
Excellent.
All right. So next one is no-shows. Okay, so no-shows, we had this feature before, so I think it was available 2 releases before. So no-shows, basically, you know, if you enter employees, you know, like in your EC, and they replicate to ECP, but they don't show up on the first day, right? So what happens? Most clients that I've seen, they are just terminating next day, but they never work, right? So basically you cannot do that, otherwise it's going to create a cluster in the payroll. So we just need to go and use this feature, no-shows, and replicate that. Of course, the replication will allow you to replicate and changing the status from active to inactive in the same day. So this one was available before. Right now, we can actually create our own action type for our countries. You know, each country can be different. So we can use it. It was before, like, you have to have, you know, just one specific, I believe it was NS. So you have to use that one. But right now it is more flexible. What do you think, Eric?
I think it's excellent. Now, I do think it may not have a large impact for countries who don't offer an at-will or that do not have at-will employment agreements.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, you know, like this no-show scenario, most clients, they don't know about that. You know, they don't know this exists in the system. There's a functionality like this, you know. That's very good that we are right now, you know, repeating this as we did last reviews, and now we are just giving this information. I think they can start using it. That's very good.
Yes, it's as simple as configuring an inactive hiring action in what is it, T529A, and the mapping values, of course, and then you will see a hired employee go from active to inactive in the same day, and no payroll clusters. So I think that's a bonus. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. That is basic extensibility for cost distribution info type. And I've had quite a bit of experience with this. It was new, I think, the release before last, and it's especially applicable to public sector. And my last project happened to be in the public sector. So what this does, it helps you. Most public sector employers have to use funds and grants management, and perhaps there are also custom fields that they need if they're using other types of cost elements that need to go to the info type 27. So I think this is an excellent addition or extension to the already available public sector cost object replication that was made available, as I stated earlier, in an earlier release. So I'm happy to see this, and I think our colleagues who work in public sector and any clients who are in the public sector will come to find this very valuable.
And the good thing is, we are seeing right now in the replication, SAP is extending into more info types, right? We are able to extend more info types right now than before. The prior release, they included 2001, for example, info type 2001 absences. Right now, they're including, this one is only for public sector, but it can give us some idea that what is coming maybe for other clients as well. So cost distribution, this is expanding. That's very good.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so next one is for onboarding compliance forms, but this is for just for UK, okay? So why we brought up here, even though it's for UK, maybe you think this is not going to apply to you, but SAP is bringing a new framework for the integration, right? So this is so exciting. Maybe they're going to extend to US, for example. Maybe we will be able to enter W4 forms when onboarding new employees, and then it will replicate to ECP right away to info type 210, for example. So this is not the case right now, but this is what I'm hoping for. Hopefully this new framework, so it's gonna extend to other countries, not just for UK.
Yes, absolutely. In the information, SAP does plan to deliver this out-of-box integration to different countries, like you said. So I think that will, or could be, has the ability to be very advantageous to fill some of those gaps in the replication space. Okay, moving along to the next topic, Audit Trail Archiving and Payroll Control Center.
Payroll Control Center, right? So we finished the replication and control center, another big exciting topic. Okay, go ahead, please.
Sure. So I think it should be noted, while the EC part of the enhancement is available in this release, as Ray has stated, you need support pack 99 in order to fully realize this in the payroll space. So the full functionality basically involves the availability of completed payroll control center processes, and it provides an object, a PCC_audit. And I actually think this is a much needed and welcomed enhancement on the ECP side of the system, especially where auditing is concerned, so we can see who did what and when. So your thoughts?
Exactly. So anything under, payroll control center, I think it's exciting for me. So this is where everything is going, right? So payroll control center, more clients are using control centers. So what we were doing before this feature, we just need to go to download. So download, and then if completed, there are completed processes, we just need to download them. But right now, SAP is giving an option to archive them, actually. So that's a very good news. And in this topic, so I would like to encourage also, people to use Audit Trail. So some clients, they are not aware of Audit Trail at all. This is just for the trail archiving, but some clients, they don't use audit trail functionality in payroll control center, which can be beneficial for the clients. So I'm encouraging here and bringing that topic as well.
Perfect. Yes. Anything in PCC is always anything new I like. I'm a big fan of the payroll control center.
That's great. Okay, so the next one also another control center feature. So this one is manage configuration. So this one was available for the users with HRSP 94. So manage configuration allows customers to create or edit their own validation rules. So you don't need to go to configuration workbench in ECP. Basically, you can do this on your payroll control center screen, but you need to activate the business function for this and then give the necessary authorization to users. But basically, you can configure your key KPIs, validation rules, analytics. You can preview them before putting in place. That's also another good feature. But one thing, the technical thing that very important, let's say you go and then activate the business function, but still it's not working. Okay, that is the case most clients. Why? Because you also need to upgrade your component SAP_UI, okay, user interface component, to 754. That's also a minimum requirement for this functionality, not just HRSP. So if you're thinking about using this or wondering why it's not working, so that is also the requirement.
Excellent point. Now, I think this enhancement brings added, simplicity and sophistication at the same time to the payroll control center analytics and validation rules. I think one of the items I found to be really nice is the alert dependency. So this would be, for example, if rule A depends on validation of rule B, then the alerts that would be raised by A are suppressed. So you don't have administrators having to work through alerts that they basically already handled by another alert. So I think this is going to make payroll administrators very happy, and I'm glad to see this included in the what's new.
Yes, that's very good. There are more functionalities coming to payroll control center. So manage configuration definitely is one of them. So that will, give a lot of new functionalities are going to give the clients, users, good features, flexibilities. So that's really good.
Yes, it's excellent, I think.
Okay, so the next one, event-driven proxy creation for time accounts. This release, we have seen also many changes for maybe new, not changes only, the new functionalities for time data replication. So that's also another big topic. So we discussed about employee master data replication. We talked about payroll control center. So it's always exciting. Another topic is, like time data replication. So this one is available for how SAP replicates time data. It was available for planned working time before. Right now, they're extending to time accounts. So, and this time data related application replication changes are, I can see, more technical than more functional. So we'll discuss about that. This one also is one of them. It's more technical how the system creates data replication proxy. So let's say, for example, absences or planned working time. So behind the scene, and this right now is applying to time accounts.
Yes. And I think the only thing I have to add is everybody needs to remember there are role-based permissions prerequisites for doing this. So when you start to implement or design or change anything related to this enhancement, don't forget your permissions.
You're right.
Okay. The next task or the next enhancement is complete payroll task for absences. And I found this to be an excellent enhancement for countries who might have subsequent payroll or payroll reporting activities for any given absence. It helps ensure that payroll administrators are alerted to the need to take those subsequent actions.
Exactly. So this one, especially users that they are not using complete payroll tasks. Some users, they are not aware of about complete payroll tasks at all, you know. First, I would say, you know, please go and check. Maybe you can start using first complete payroll tasks. Right now, we have absences we can include in this payroll tasks. So that's very exciting. I speak time to time with my clients, and then I mentioned about this change, so this new functionality. They liked it, and then they said, even though they don't need to, you know, have any subsequent activities, you know, like any legal requirement, etc. So they would like to maybe use this for certain absences, you know. So they just need to be, you know, aware of this, you know, absence type, and then if they need to do some other tasks related with this, they would like to see it. This is a really nice feature. So just a reminder, you know, you can configure your complete payroll tasks under payroll unified configuration section in EC. So you can go there, you can see what are, you know, your payroll tasks available right now, and then you can include all absences.
Perfect.
Okay, so next one is Proxies deletion support for time data. As we mentioned, these changes are a little bit technical than, you know, for example, for employee master data replication or payroll control center. So this one is one of them. If, let's say, the business case, business scenario, so you are doing refresh, right? You're copying your production to your QA environment, preview environment. So, and then some proxies like absences, okay? So when we say proxies, we are actually talking about, in this case, absences or time accounts, etc. So they are getting copied too. And then most of the time they are pointing to the original, the system, like target system was like production system, right? So at some point you need to delete them. So you need to get rid of them because you know, you need to regenerate those absences if needed. You cannot just use existing proxies. So this one, what we were doing before, we were downloading and then changing in the CSV file and then importing again. And then that way we will be able to, you know, delete those. But right now, we will have a functionality. So we can actually schedule a job, you know, deletion job. Mm-hmm. So that job will take care of this kind of things. So what do you think, Eric?
Well, while technical, indeed, I do think the feature offers an easier, like more efficient way to delete the obsolete, you know, proxies just as part of normal system maintenance. So good addition, I think.
Exactly. So, I mean, especially for us to who support, you know, the clients, you know, their system. So if we are getting a request like this, so we usually, you know, we always find what we can do, like if we can improve this process. This is really good for us to support our clients, as you know. Also, you can use this for your instances to delete these proxies. That's really nice feature.
I agree. So moving on to the next one. Enhanced logic support dealing with very old data replication proxies in non-productive systems. Now, while this is a minor enhancement, I think it's quite useful in non-productive systems where employee data, it's not continually updated. So the repeated replication attempts are not needed. Also helps make the data replication error monitor bit easier to read and manage in those non-productive systems when you're configuring and trying things over and over again. So again, very nice add.
Exactly. So this one is another one. So we're dealing, when we are supporting our clients. So if you don't delete those old data, what happens? It keeps trying to replicate. So that's not good, like, of course, this is just for non-productive systems, your previous system or development system, but still, I mean, most clients, they're, using their previous system very, very, very often. So it just keeps trying, and then giving some errors in the data replication monitor. Right now, they put a logic. So only 150 attempts, the system will try. After 150 attempts, so it will stop. It will stop, basically, not to replicate, and then it will give us an option, like to delete, or maybe it's not going to bother, users every time when they go and see data replication monitor. That's also another good technical function that it will allow us to increase our users experience with this new feature.
Excellent. Yes, like I said, good add.
All right, so more quick actions on the latest homepage. So I've seen latest homepage. So we are talking about latest homepage, but most clients, they're still implementing this. They're still saying, for example, next year. So SAP is pushing to implement this homepage because it's basically SAP's approach, to increase, user happiness. Let me say that. So user experience, right? So they're adding more features. For example, a quick action for your pay statement, right? You can have a quick action on your homepage, and then without going to your profile, payroll information, view pay statement, with this quick action, you can just directly go to your pay statement from your homepage. So, but you have to have this latest homepage in order to do that, right? So right now, one thing clients, they need to consider using this latest homepage. And the second one, with this update, they will have more options. So they will have more quick actions. For example, it was limited to 8 before. Right now it's 16. So, and there are new quick actions that you can put. So it's really a nice addition. So really nice. I believe SAP collected all those feedbacks from their clients. So they added this feature, and then they extended from 8 to 16. What do you think, Eric?
I think it's wonderful. I love the new homepage. Being on the implementation side of things, I've used it multiple times, and I do encourage customers to upgrade and start using the new homepage as soon as they can. I have implemented last project the quick tab for the reviewing your remuneration statement. I think that's great. It just brings up the latest remuneration statement, and you don't have to go into your employee file, go to payroll information, go to the remuneration statement. So I'm all for things that can make it easier to get around in any system.
That's awesome. So it brings us, I think, end of this review, right? So we have a lot of new features. Not like maybe you're expecting like huge changes, but they are nice features. They're adding every half new releases and then new features. So we are helping you to understand what is coming, of course, if we can. So again, thanks for joining, and don't forget, the HRSPs and minimum requirements for this changes, and it's already in your preview system. So it's coming, I believe, 11/19, right? 11/19 is the production.
I believe you are correct.
Exactly. So 11/19, it's going to be in production, but HRSP is still not, available yet. So, yeah, thanks for joining. Anything you would like to add, Eric?
Just thank you. It was nice to have the opportunity to do this and help everybody become more knowledgeable about the new things coming in H2 2021.
Thank you.